Success is not something you chase, it is something you attract by becoming the person who deserves it. Your thoughts, actions and beliefs shape the opportunities that come into your life. When you focus on growth and positivity, success naturally follows. Attracting success means changing the way you see yourself and the world around you. It requires clear intention, consistent effort, and an open mind. Today we will discuss how to attract success into your life by shifting your mindset, building powerful habits, and creating a path that draws opportunity to you. You will learn practical steps to stop waiting for luck and start becoming the success you want to see. This is about creating lasting change that feels natural and rewarding. If you're ready to stop chasing and start attracting success every day, then let's dive in. Number 1. Set clear and specific goals for your success. Most people want more out of life, but if you ask them what exactly they want, they hesitate, they pause, their answers are vague. They'll say things like, "I want to be successful," or "I want to be happier," but they can't explain what that means in real terms. And here's the truth, if your goals aren't clear, if they aren't specific, your results won't be either. Ambiguity leads to frustration. You'll keep moving, but it'll feel like running in place. You'll be tired, but you won't be fulfilled. You'll be busy, but not productive. The days will pass, and nothing meaningful will change. That's the painful reality that too many people live with every day. Success doesn't show up because you want it to. It shows up because you planned for it. You pointed to it, and you walked straight toward it. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there, and most people end up somewhere they didn't want to be, simply because they never decided exactly where they were going. That's not about luck, that's about clarity. Success is attracted to clarity. The clearer you are, the more powerful you become. And when you have a clear, specific goal, your energy shifts. You stop being distracted. You stop entertaining nonsense. You stop doubting yourself so much. Your thoughts become focused. Your choices become intentional. And that's when things start to happen. When I was young and broke, I didn't lack ambition. I lacked direction. I thought working harder would get me ahead. I thought staying busy meant I was doing something important. But I was working on the wrong things. I wasn't thinking about the long term. I had no clear vision. Until one day, someone asked me a question that stopped me in my tracks. What exactly do you want? Not what do you hope for, or what do you wish life would be like, but what exactly do you want? What will your life look like? How will your days be structured? What kind of relationships will you have? What kind of work will you do? How much money do you want to earn? And by when? That question shook me up because I didn't have an answer. I was trying to win the game of life without knowing what the scoreboard looked like. And you can't do that. If you don't have goals written down, you're living by accident. You wake up reacting to the day instead of creating it. You go with the flow, but the flow leads to average, and average isn't where you belong. You're not here to just survive. You're here to shape your future on purpose. And you do that by setting goals that are crystal clear. A goal should be so specific that a stranger could read it and understand exactly what you're aiming for. Don't say, "I want to lose weight." Say, "I want to lose 25 pounds by December 15. Don't say, "I want to earn more money." Say, "I want to earn $100,000 this year through my business." That kind of clarity gives your mind a target. It gives your emotions direction. You stop being passive and start being deliberate. Vague goals bring vague results. Clear goals bring real change. And don't just keep those goals in your head. Write them down. Your mind will forget. Your emotions will change. Some days you'll be motivated, and some days you won't. But when your goals are written down, they become something real. They become a commitment, not just a wish. They become a promise to yourself. And when you review them every day, you remind yourself who you are, where you're going, and why it matters. That's how you build momentum. That's how you stay strong, even when life gets tough. Some people avoid setting goals because they're afraid of failure. But the real failure is drifting through life without a purpose. Setting a goal doesn't guarantee you'll reach it, but it gives you a direction to move in. It gives your time meaning. It gives your energy purpose. You may not hit your goal exactly, but you'll grow in the process. You'll become sharper, more focused, more disciplined, and even if you fall short, you'll be further than if you had never tried at all. Others avoid goals because they think it's overwhelming. They say, "I don't know where to start." But you don't need to figure out the entire journey in one day. Start with where you are. Be honest about what you want. Break it down into small steps. If your goal is to start a business, maybe the first step is researching your market. Then the next step is creating a simple plan. Then you reach out to one potential customer. Little by little, you move closer. You don't need to do everything today. You just need to begin, and you need to know where you're going. Every person you admire, every successful person you look up to, started with a decision. They didn't stumble into success. They didn't wait for the perfect time. They set clear goals and worked toward them every single day. They faced doubts. They had setbacks. But they didn't stop, because they knew what they wanted. And that knowledge gave them power. That clarity gave them resilience. When the vision is strong, the effort becomes natural. When the goal is clear, the discipline follows. If you want to attract success, you must stop living reactively. You must stop waking up with no plan. You must stop making choices based on what feels easy or comfortable in the moment. Set goals that stretch you. Set goals that make you feel excited. Set goals that light something inside of you. Goals that make the struggle worth it. And don't settle. You don't grow by aiming low. You grow by setting the bar high and then becoming the kind of person who can reach it. Write it down, say it out loud, read it every morning. Visualize it at night. Let it sink into your identity. You're not just hoping for success, you're creating it, day by day, decision by decision. It begins with knowing exactly what you want, not what someone else wants for you, not what you think you're supposed to want, but what you truly desire deep down. That's where your power comes from. That's how you build a life that means something. Your goals are the foundation. They give your life shape. They turn your days into building blocks, not wasted time. If you're tired of drifting, tired of feeling stuck, tired of watching other people move ahead while you stay in the same place, then stop everything and get clear on what you want. Be honest, be specific, be bold. Life responds to clarity. Success follows commitment. You can't hit a target you haven't defined. Aim carefully, define it, write it down, and from that moment forward, everything in your life begins to shift. It's also critical to pay attention to your body and how it connects to your mindset. Physical habits influence mental state. When you exercise, get fresh air, or simply move your body, your brain releases chemicals that boost mood and energy. On the other hand, sitting idle with poor posture can make you feel sluggish and uninspired. Taking care of your physical health supports a positive mind. Small habits like drinking water, eating well, and getting enough sleep all contribute to mental clarity and emotional balance. Building a positive mindset is not a one-time event, it's a daily commitment. Some days it will feel easier than others. Some days the negative thoughts will be loud and persistent. But every day you have the power to decide what you will focus on. You can choose to see obstacles as opportunities to grow. You can choose to believe in your ability to improve. You can choose to welcome challenges as lessons, not failures. Remember that your mind is like a garden. If you plant weeds, you get weeds. If you plant seeds of hope, belief, and determination, you grow a strong foundation for success. Each positive thought is a seed. Every time you shift your focus from fear to faith, you water that seed. Over time, those seeds sprout and grow into confidence, resilience, and clarity. That's how success is attracted, not through luck, but through the power of your mind. If the thoughts you have every day aren't serving you, change them. Train your mind like you train your body. Be patient and consistent. Positive thinking doesn't erase problems, but it gives you the tools to handle them better. You start noticing solutions instead of problems. You wake up excited to work toward your goals instead of dreading the day. You become someone who doesn't just dream, but takes action because your mindset supports it. It's important to note that this isn't about being unrealistically optimistic. It's about being realistically positive, seeing the facts as they are, but choosing to focus on what's possible rather than what's holding you back. That shift in perspective creates energy. It draws opportunities toward you. It helps you stay steady when things get rough. And steady is what you need when chasing success, because the path isn't always smooth. Developing a positive mindset means making a conscious choice every day to train your thoughts, to be aware of what you're telling yourself, to replace doubt with belief, fear with courage, and negativity with hope. It's a powerful habit that separates those who succeed from those who watch success happen to others. It's not a magic trick, it's a discipline, and once that discipline becomes part of who you are, success won't just be a distant idea, it will be your reality. Number 3. Visualize your success vividly and consistently. Most people want to achieve success, but overlook a simple yet powerful tool right in front of them, their imagination. The idea that you can see your success in your mind before it happens might sound too good to be true, or even a bit strange, but it's backed by something very real, how your brain works. When you vividly picture a goal or success, you train your brain to believe it's possible. This mental rehearsal creates a sense of familiarity and confidence, preparing you to act in ways that bring your vision to life. Without this vivid mental picture, your efforts can feel like wandering in the dark. Every day, people get distracted by doubts, fears, and external noise. They forget to connect emotionally with their goals. But when you take the time to see your success clearly and in detail, you engage more than just your thoughts. You engage your emotions. You feel the excitement of achievement, the pride of overcoming challenges, and the satisfaction of reaching the finish line. These emotions fuel motivation and make your goals feel real and urgent. When success feels tangible, your brain starts to seek out opportunities and solutions that fit your vision. Imagine holding a mental picture so clear that you can almost touch it. You see yourself achieving the goal you set. You experience the sounds, the smells, the environment around you. You feel the confidence in your body. This isn't daydreaming or wishful thinking. It's an active, focused exercise in training your mind for success. It rewires your brain to expect success, which changes how you approach each day. You begin to notice opportunities that align with your vision. You take actions that make sense in the context of your goal. Your mind stops focusing on what's wrong and starts focusing on what's possible. Many people fail to visualize because they haven't learned how to make it vivid. Visualization is more than just seeing a blurry image. It's about engaging all your senses. What does success smell like? What does the place you want to be feel like under your feet? What conversations are happening? What does your voice sound like when you share your achievement? The more detail you add, the stronger the impact. This level of engagement convinces your mind that this future is real, and your subconscious starts working behind the scenes to make it happen. Consistency is key. One time sitting quietly imagining your success won't make it happen. It must become a daily habit, part of your routine. Every morning or night, spend time focusing on your vision. When life gets busy or difficult, this practice reconnects you with your purpose. It reminds you why you're working so hard. It keeps your goals alive in your heart and mind. Over time, this repeated visualization deepens your commitment and increases your resilience. The more you see yourself succeeding, the more natural it becomes to behave like someone who has already succeeded. This process also fights the negative voices that pop up in your head. When doubts try to pull you down, your vivid mental picture pulls you back up. It creates a stronger narrative in your mind about who you are and what you can achieve. Your vision becomes a shield against discouragement. It's harder to give up when you've emotionally connected with the success you're working toward. It's important to visualize realistic success, not fantasies disconnected from your effort. Your mental picture should include the hard work, the discipline, the setbacks, and the breakthroughs. See yourself facing challenges and overcoming them. See the late nights, the learning, the persistence. When you include the whole story in your visualization, you prepare your mind for the real journey ahead, not just the end result. This honest picture builds confidence because you know you're ready to handle whatever comes. Many top performers, from athletes to entrepreneurs, use visualization as a secret weapon. It's not magic, it's science. When they mentally rehearse their performance, their brain activates the same areas as when they physically perform the task. This mental training improves focus, reduces anxiety, and boosts performance. You don't have to be a professional athlete to use this strategy. Whether you want to build a business, improve your relationships, or develop a skill, visualization helps prepare you mentally and emotionally. If you're new to visualization, start small. Find a quiet place where you won't be interrupted. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to calm your mind. Picture your goal as clearly as possible. Imagine waking up in the life you want. Feel the emotions of success, the relief, joy, and pride. Picture the actions you took to get there. See the people around you supporting your growth. Stay with this image for several minutes, allowing your mind to soak in every detail. The more time you spend here, the stronger the effect. You might wonder if visualization alone is enough. It's not. Visualization works best combined with action. It's a map, not the journey. When you visualize, you create a mental blueprint. Then you use that blueprint to guide your daily choices and habits. Without action, the picture remains a dream. But when you take consistent steps toward your vision, your brain notices the match between your thoughts and reality. This alignment builds confidence and momentum. Some people avoid visualization because they think it's too soft or airy. But this thinking misses the point. Visualization is a mental exercise that strengthens your focus and belief. It creates clarity about what you want and how you'll get there. It reduces fear by making success feel achievable. When your mind believes, your body follows. Your decisions become easier, your energy sharper, and your persistence stronger. There's another powerful aspect to visualization. It helps you stay patient. Success rarely comes overnight. When progress feels slow or invisible, your vivid mental picture keeps you grounded. You remember the life you're building and why every effort counts. This patience is not passive waiting, it's active trust in the process combined with daily focus. You keep moving forward, even when the results aren't immediately visible, because you can see the finish line clearly in your mind. Don't underestimate the power of this practice. It is one of the most accessible tools for attracting success because it costs nothing but your time and focus. The rewards are huge. It shapes your habits, strengthens your belief, and trains your brain for achievement. When you see success as a clear, detailed reality every day, you stop being a bystander in your own life and start becoming its creator. In the end, success is drawn to those who can see it before it appears. Visualization lights the path and gives you confidence to keep walking. When you make this a consistent habit, your mind, your heart, and your actions all align with your deepest goals. That alignment is unstoppable. That's how success moves from a distant hope to a daily experience. Taking action, aligned with your goals, also sharpens your focus and energy. When your actions have purpose, you don't waste time or get pulled into negativity. Your daily choices become a filter that protects your time and resources. This focus creates space for creativity and problem solving because your mind isn't overwhelmed by unrelated tasks. It's clear and ready to tackle what matters most. People who attract success have learned to harness the power of daily action. They understand that extraordinary results come from ordinary efforts done consistently. They know the secret isn't in waiting for a perfect plan or massive breakthrough, but in showing up every day and doing the work. This steady progress adds up, and before long, what once seemed impossible becomes their new reality. One practical tip to keep your daily action strong is to review your goals each morning and evening. In the morning, this review sets your intention for the day and reminds you of your priorities. At night, it helps you reflect on what you accomplished and where you can improve. This cycle builds self-awareness and keeps your focus sharp. Every action you take is a building block. Some days, you'll add many blocks, other days just one or two. But if you stop building, the structure weakens. If you build just a little every day, your foundation grows strong and your success becomes inevitable. The journey to success is a series of daily choices. Choose to make those choices count. Choose to move forward, even if it's just a step. That commitment creates a path where none existed before. Success is waiting for those who do the work, day in and day out. It's not a secret or a mystery. It's simply the result of aligned, consistent action. Every day offers an opportunity to push closer to your dreams. The question is, what will you do with today? Number 5. Surround yourself with supportive and successful people. One of the most overlooked truths about success is how deeply it depends on the company you keep. If the people around you don't believe in your potential, don't support your goals, or don't challenge you to grow, then your journey will be much harder. The harsh reality is that most people settle into comfort zones, shaped by the relationships they maintain. When you want to attract success, your environment needs to reflect that desire. You have to be intentional about surrounding yourself with individuals who inspire you, push you forward, and hold you accountable to your highest standards. Every person you spend significant time with impacts your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This influence is often subtle, but incredibly powerful. If you spend your days with those who complain, doubt, or limit themselves, you start adopting those same patterns. Negative talk becomes your soundtrack, and excuses become your fallback. Success requires energy, focus, and belief. But these qualities are fragile when you're constantly drained or pulled back by others' negativity. Your circle can either be a cage that holds you back or a launch pad that propels you ahead. It's not enough to seek out just anyone labeled successful. Real support comes from people who share your values, encourage your growth, and are willing to challenge you to be better. They don't just nod when you talk. They listen, give honest feedback, and celebrate your progress. These people are not afraid to call you out when you stray off course or settle for less than you're capable of. This kind of authentic relationship creates a strong foundation for personal and professional growth. Success is rarely a solo journey. Behind every achievement, there are mentors, peers, and supporters who helped make it possible. These relationships provide more than just encouragement. They offer wisdom, experience, and perspective. When you surround yourself with people who have already achieved what you want or are actively pursuing their own goals, you tap into a rich source of knowledge. They've faced obstacles and learned lessons you can benefit from. Their guidance can save you time, energy, and frustration. The presence of supportive people also helps you maintain emotional balance. The path to success is full of challenges, setbacks, and moments of self-doubt. Without a network of encouragement, these tough times can become overwhelming. A strong support system lifts you up when you're down and keeps your spirits high. Knowing that others believe in you makes it easier to believe in yourself. It's this emotional resilience that carries you through the hard days and keeps you moving forward. Choosing your company wisely means being intentional about who you spend time with. Sometimes this requires tough decisions. Distance from friends or family members who drain your energy or discourage your dreams. This doesn't mean cutting off people coldly, but it does mean setting boundaries to protect your focus and energy. Your environment must nurture your vision, not distract or discourage it. Creating this kind of circle is an act of self-respect and self-care. Networking is a powerful tool for building supportive relationships. Seek out groups, communities, or clubs aligned with your interests and goals. Engage with people who are serious about personal growth and success. In these spaces, you'll find individuals who understand your journey and are eager to help. These connections often lead to partnerships, collaborations, or friendships that can open doors you didn't even know existed. You don't have to do it alone when you build a strong network. Beyond professional or goal-oriented circles, emotional support is crucial too. Having friends and family who listen without judgment, who celebrate your wins genuinely, and who remind you of your worth when you forget it, makes a profound difference. This emotional nourishment fuels your confidence and motivation. It reminds you that success isn't just about achievement, it's about living a fulfilling, balanced life with people who care about you. Surrounding yourself with success-minded individuals also raises your standards. When you witness others striving for greatness, it sparks a natural desire to match their level of commitment. This peer influence creates a positive pressure that keeps you disciplined and ambitious. Success breeds success. When you're part of a group where progress is the norm, complacency becomes uncomfortable. You start pushing yourself harder because the environment expects it and you want to contribute meaningfully. It's important to be a supportive person yourself. Relationships are two-way streets. By encouraging and celebrating others, you build trust and deepen connections. Success attracts success, but it also requires generosity of spirit. When you lift others, you elevate yourself. This mutual support creates a powerful cycle of growth and achievement for everyone involved. The energy of a positive, motivated group amplifies individual efforts and makes the journey enjoyable. There will be times when you feel isolated or misunderstood, especially if your goals are ambitious or different from those around you. In these moments, it's vital to seek out new relationships that align with your vision. Don't settle for being the only one who believes in your dreams. The loneliness of pursuit can be painful, but it doesn't have to be permanent. There are people out there who want to see you succeed just as much as you want it for yourself. Find them and let them be part of your journey. Social media can be both a blessing and a trap. It can connect you to inspiring people and ideas, but it can also feed comparison and distraction. Use it wisely. Follow accounts that motivate and educate you. Engage with communities that encourage growth. Avoid the endless scroll of negativity or envy that can drain your energy. Virtual connections matter, but real face-to-face relationships build stronger support systems. Invest in deepening those bonds. Your environment also includes the places you spend time. Choose locations that inspire productivity and positive energy. Whether it's a quiet workspace, a gym, or a community center, your surroundings affect your mindset and habits. Being around positive, focused people in these spaces can reinforce your commitment to your goals. Change your environment if it doesn't serve your growth. Small shifts in where you spend your time can lead to big changes in how you think and act. Sometimes you'll have to step outside your comfort zone to meet the right people. It might feel uncomfortable to attend events alone, start conversations, or reach out to mentors. That discomfort is part of growth. Every successful person has faced it. Courage to seek connection despite fear is a sign of commitment to your goals. Remember, the people you want to surround yourself with were once strangers too. Your mindset about relationships matters as well. Approach connections with openness, humility, and curiosity. Genuine interest in others builds trust and creates meaningful bonds. Avoid trying to use people for your benefit. Instead, focus on how you can add value to their lives. This authentic approach attracts quality relationships that stand the test of time. In the end, your social circle is a mirror of who you are becoming. If you want to attract success, create an environment filled with encouragement, challenge, and inspiration. Seek out people who light a fire in you and help you see your potential clearly. Remember, you don't have to walk your path alone. The right support system can be the difference between giving up and reaching your dreams. Choose wisely, invest deeply, and watch how your world changes when you surround yourself with success. In this journey, every new skill learned is a step closer to the life you want. It's proof that success is not about luck or magic, but about effort and growth. You have the power to improve yourself every day. The choice to learn, to stretch and to commit makes all the difference. Your abilities are your tools, and the more you sharpen them, the stronger your foundation for success becomes. Number 7. Eliminate negative habits that block your progress. Most people know deep down that something in their daily routine is holding them back. It's a silent weight, a subtle force dragging them away from the life they want. These are the habits that undermine progress without making much noise. They aren't usually dramatic or obvious. Instead, they show up as procrastination, negative self-talk, distractions, or unhealthy patterns that slowly steal time, energy, and focus. The hard truth is that no matter how big your dreams are, these habits act like walls standing between you and success. Until you address them, you will keep running into the same struggles over and over again. The first step to attracting success is to recognize these habits clearly and commit to removing them, because your future depends on what you do consistently today. Negative habits are often disguised as comfort or convenience. They feel familiar, even safe, but they are dangerous because they create a slow drip of failure and frustration. People might spend hours on social media scrolling mindlessly, telling themselves it's just a way to relax. Yet this relaxation becomes a thief of time that could be used for learning, planning, or working toward goals. Other habits, like avoiding difficult conversations, delaying important tasks, or giving in to fear of rejection, quietly shrink your potential. These habits feed doubt and drain your confidence, leaving you stuck in a cycle where success feels just out of reach. One reason these habits stick around is that they are reinforced by your environment and emotions. When stress hits, it's easy to fall back on old patterns because they offer immediate relief, but this relief is temporary and the cost is steep. Understanding why you cling to these habits is crucial. You have to ask yourself what emotional need they are meeting and find healthier alternatives to satisfy that need. If boredom leads you to distraction, replace it with a purposeful break. Find what fear makes you procrastinate. Develop a small action plan that reduces anxiety by breaking big tasks into tiny steps. Addressing the root cause is more effective than just fighting the symptom. Awareness alone won't cut it. Eliminating negative habits requires deliberate action and strong commitment. It's about deciding to say no to what holds you back and yes to what moves you forward. This choice isn't easy. It demands honesty and discipline. Start by identifying 1 or 2 key habits that interfere with your progress. Trying to fix everything at once leads to burnout. Focus your energy where it matters most. Keep a journal or use reminders to track your behavior and reflect on moments when you slipped. This kind of accountability sharpens your focus and builds momentum. Replacing negative habits with positive routines is essential. Success is not just about avoiding bad behavior, but creating better habits that serve your goals. For example, if you tend to waste time in the morning, develop a morning ritual that energizes and prepares you for the day, whether it's exercise, reading, or planning. If you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, practice affirmations or gratitude to rewire your mindset. Over time, these new habits become automatic and build a powerful foundation that propels you forward. It's the small daily choices that compound into lasting change. Surrounding yourself with people who support your growth makes habit change easier. Negative habits often thrive in isolation or in environments that reinforce them. When you connect with individuals who live by principles of discipline, hard work, and positivity, their influence rubs off on you. They provide encouragement when you struggle and hold you accountable when you slip. This kind of social support acts like a safety net that catches you before old habits drag you down again. Choose your circle wisely, because the habits you form are often a reflection of the people you spend time with. It's also important to forgive yourself when setbacks happen. Changing habits is a process full of ups and downs. Beating yourself up over mistakes only feeds the very patterns you want to break. Instead, view each slip as a learning moment. Ask what triggered the habit and how you can respond differently next time. This compassionate approach keeps you moving forward without losing confidence. Remember, Persistence wins over perfection in the journey to change. Technology can either help or hurt your progress depending on how you use it. Many people allow notifications, endless emails, or entertainment apps to control their attention. This constant distraction weakens focus and wastes precious energy. Setting boundaries with technology, like scheduled times to check messages or turning off non-essential alerts, creates mental space for deep work and creativity. Managing your digital environment is a powerful way to support the elimination of bad habits that rob you of time and clarity. The power of routine is often underestimated. Habits form because of repetition, but you can use this force in your favor. Creating a structured daily schedule with clear priorities reduces the chances of falling back into destructive habits. When your day is planned, you're less likely to drift into unproductive activities. This doesn't mean your schedule should be rigid or joyless. There should be room for rest and spontaneity, but it should be intentional. Intentional living breaks the cycle of bad habits by replacing randomness with purpose. Another key to eliminating negative habits is managing your environment. Physical surroundings can trigger certain behaviors without you even realizing it. A cluttered desk invites distraction. A pantry full of junk food tempts poor eating choices. Changing your environment to remove these triggers makes discipline easier. Create spaces that inspire productivity and calm. This might mean organizing your workspace, creating a reading nook, or preparing healthy meals in advance. When your environment supports your goals, bad habits lose their grip. Focus on building mental resilience to resist temptation. Your willpower isn't infinite, and relying solely on motivation will fail you at some point. Mental toughness grows when you face challenges head-on and develop strategies to handle cravings or urges. This might include delaying gratification by setting time limits before giving in to a habit, or substituting a quick physical activity instead of reaching for distractions. Over time, these practices strengthen your self-control muscle, making it easier to maintain positive habits. It's crucial to remind yourself daily why eliminating these habits matters. Connect with the emotional reasons behind your goals: freedom, security, family, purpose. When you remember what's at stake, resisting negative patterns becomes a meaningful fight rather than a chore. Write down your reasons and place them where you can see them often. This constant reminder fuels your determination during moments of weakness. When negative habits are left unchecked, they multiply and create layers of problems. One bad habit can lead to others, forming a web that entangles you in frustration and wasted potential. On the other hand, breaking even one harmful pattern has a ripple effect, improving many areas of your life. It creates space for new habits, new energy, and new opportunities. Success is the natural outcome when negative blocks are removed and positive momentum takes over. Ultimately, eliminating these habits is about reclaiming control over your life. It's a statement that you are not a victim of circumstances or old patterns, but a person capable of change and growth. This empowerment changes your relationship with yourself and the world. It moves you from dreaming about success to living it every day. Every step taken away from harmful habits is a step closer to the life you deserve and are fully capable of creating. Learning also opens your mind to perspectives you didn't consider. It teaches you empathy, flexibility, and adaptability. You become less reactive and more strategic. You gain insight into human behavior, decision-making, and long-term thinking. This allows you to solve problems more effectively, lead with wisdom, and navigate challenges with grace. Learning is not just for your career, it's for your soul. It's the fuel that keeps your spirit awake and alive. The moment you stop learning is the moment you begin dying mentally. That's not dramatic, it's real. A stagnant mind becomes bitter, closed, and disconnected. A growing mind stays fresh, optimistic, and powerful. Make it your mission to never let a week go by without learning something new. Read books that stretch your understanding. Watch lectures that challenge your assumptions. Practice skills that scare you. Study people who are ahead of you. Surround yourself with thinkers, builders, creators, and innovators. Don't just consume knowledge. Apply it. Build things. Test ideas. Share insights. Teach others. This is how knowledge becomes wisdom and learning becomes transformation. Finally, realize this. No one is going to force you to grow. No one will beg you to improve. It's your responsibility. It's your life. If you stay passive, you'll drift. If you stay hungry, you'll rise. Success doesn't belong to the smartest or most talented. It belongs to those who never stop sharpening their minds. Your future depends on what you feed your brain today. So ask yourself, what did I learn this week? And if the answer is nothing, don't waste another minute. Start now. The rest of your life is waiting for the better, wiser version of you. Number 9. Stay persistent, even when facing tough challenges. Life has a way of testing everyone, no matter who you are or what you've accomplished. The truth that often stings is that success rarely arrives wrapped in ease or comfort. More often, it comes after a series of struggles, failures, and moments when quitting feels like the only option. Most people don't understand this or don't want to accept it. They expect success to come fast, simple, and painless. When reality hits with setbacks and difficulties, they give up. The hardest part of any journey isn't starting, it's continuing. Persistence is the single most powerful force that separates those who achieve their dreams from those who watch from the sidelines, defeated and discouraged. The reality is this: challenges are guaranteed. No one gets to skip hardship. No matter how talented, how prepared, or how lucky you are, life will throw obstacles in your path. These moments are unavoidable, but your response to them is where your power lies. Persistence means refusing to surrender to fear, frustration, or disappointment. It means holding on to your goals tightly, even when everything inside you screams to let go. It's waking up every day and deciding that your dream matters more than the pain of struggle. This isn't a vague platitude. It's a hard, gritty choice that must be made over and over again. Many people give up just before a breakthrough because they mistake struggle for failure. They believe that if it was meant to be, it would be easy. But that's simply not true. Every successful person you admire has a story full of moments when giving up seemed logical. What kept them moving was the stubborn belief that their efforts would pay off if they kept pushing. Persistence is a test of faith in yourself and your goals. It's saying, no matter what happens, I will find a way. This mindset is more valuable than talent or luck. It's the engine that drives success forward through the darkest hours. When faced with tough challenges, your emotions will often try to sabotage you. Doubt will creep in like a shadow, whispering lies about your worth and abilities. Fear will freeze your progress and steal your confidence. Anger or discouragement will cloud your judgment and drain your energy. These feelings are natural, but they're not your truth. You have to recognize them as temporary and choose action instead. Even small steps matter. Moving forward, no matter how slow or imperfect, builds momentum. Momentum then creates motivation. It's a cycle that breaks the chains of discouragement and pushes you closer to your goal. Persistence isn't about stubbornly repeating the same actions that don't work. It's about resilience and adaptability. It's about being flexible enough to change your approach when needed, but never flexible enough to abandon your purpose. Sometimes persistence means learning from failure, adjusting your plan, and trying again smarter. It means keeping your eyes on the destination while navigating through unexpected obstacles. This balance between tenacity and wisdom is the hallmark of lasting success. Without it, persistence becomes stubbornness. With it, persistence becomes unstoppable progress. Another tough reality is that persistence requires patience. Success is often delayed. Results don't show immediately. This waiting period tests your discipline like nothing else. The world's most successful people aren't just persistent, they're patient. They understand that every great achievement takes time and consistent effort. They don't quit because they don't see instant results. Instead, they trust the process and keep moving forward, day by day. They know the value of planting seeds and nurturing them before the harvest. Impatience is the enemy of persistence and the thief of dreams. One of the greatest strengths persistence builds is confidence. Each time you face a challenge and refuse to quit, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your obstacles. This inner confidence is far more powerful than external validation. It becomes a deep well you can draw from when motivation fades. Persistence trains your mind to expect success eventually. It rewires your brain to see setbacks as temporary detours, not dead ends. This mental toughness helps you stay focused and energized, even when others around you are giving up. Persistence also teaches humility. It reminds you that success isn't just about individual talent, it's about endurance. It forces you to confront your weaknesses and grow through them. You learn to ask for help when needed, to seek advice, and to stay teachable. This humility, combined with relentless effort, creates a foundation that can support success long-term. Without it, even the most talented person risks collapsing under pressure. Persistence isn't just about pushing through, it's about growing stronger because of what you push through. It's important to understand that persistence doesn't guarantee immediate success or even success on your first attempt. Sometimes it means you'll have to fail multiple times before you get it right. But each failure is a lesson, a step closer to mastery. When you persist, you collect knowledge and experience that no shortcut can replace. This builds expertise that lasts. The most successful people often look back and say they failed more times than they succeeded. But what separated them was their refusal to quit, their ability to get up every time they fell. A lack of persistence is the greatest cause of wasted potential in the world. Many people have ideas, dreams, and talent, but never bring them to life because they give up too soon. Don't be one of them. Know that the road to success is rough, but every struggle has a purpose. Every tough moment is a chance to prove your strength. Keep going even when no one is cheering. Keep going even when results aren't obvious. Keep going because the only real failure is quitting. The feeling of accomplishment after enduring a hard battle is unlike anything else. It's a victory that lasts long after the struggle fades. Persistence creates a legacy. It builds character and earns respect. It inspires others without you saying a word. People notice those who never quit, and they trust them. When you persist, you show the world and yourself that your dreams are worth fighting for. This message can ripple through generations, influencing not just your life, but the lives of those around you. In that way, persistence is more than a personal habit. It's a powerful force for change. Every morning, the choice to persist is a decision to claim your power. It's a declaration that you refuse to be defeated by temporary setbacks. Persistence means getting up tired, frustrated, or discouraged, and still moving forward. It means looking at obstacles as opportunities to grow. It means understanding that tough challenges aren't signs you're on the wrong path. They're signs you're on a path worth walking. The difference between failure and success is often just one more try. So remember, challenges will come. You will feel like quitting, but persistence is the bridge that carries you from where you are to where you want to be. It's the quiet voice inside that says, keep going. If you hold on to that voice, your life will transform in ways you never thought possible. At its core, efficient time management is about respect. Respect for your life, your goals, and yourself. Every minute you choose to invest intentionally is a step closer to the success you desire. It's about taking control of your day instead of letting your day control you. It's about creating space to do what matters most and cutting out what doesn't. Success is not a matter of chance, but a matter of choices. Choices about how you spend your time, who you spend it with, and what you focus on. Master your time, and you master your life. Number 11. Read books and consume content that inspires success. Many people feel stuck in life because they aren't feeding their minds with the right kind of information. It's like trying to grow a garden in poor soil. Nothing meaningful will take root if your thoughts are limited to random noise or negative chatter. When you want to attract success, the way you fill your mind daily matters more than almost anything else. Success doesn't come from luck. It comes from learning, growing, and consistently exposing yourself to ideas that elevate your thinking. Reading books and consuming content that inspires success is one of the most powerful ways to shift your life's direction. It's not just about reading for the sake of it, but choosing the right material that stirs your spirit, challenges your beliefs, and opens your mind to new possibilities. Think about how your mind works. It's like a garden or a machine. If you don't input quality ideas and perspectives, it won't perform well. Every time you read a book or watch a video that shares practical wisdom about success, you plant seeds that eventually grow into better habits, clearer goals, and smarter decisions. The people you admire, the ones who have built something remarkable, have one thing in common: they never stopped learning. They consistently found ways to feed their minds with new knowledge and fresh perspectives. That's how they stay ahead and keep their motivation alive. Your brain is hungry for content that matters, and when you give it that, your energy and focus increase. The reality is that most people consume content passively and without purpose. They scroll mindlessly through social media, watch endless entertainment without benefit, or listen to negative talk that drags them down. This is a huge problem if you want to attract success, because your mind becomes crowded with distractions and doubts. It's not enough to want success. You have to actively seek out content that teaches you how to grow, how to improve, and how to overcome challenges. When you make this shift, your thinking starts to change. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You start to believe in yourself more because you understand the mindset of successful people. Reading books about success is like talking to someone who's been where you want to go. The authors often share lessons learned from hard experience, from trial and error, from moments of doubt and breakthrough. Those lessons are priceless because they save you time and pain. When you read about someone else's journey, you don't have to make all the same mistakes. You can learn from their victories and their failures. The emotional impact of these stories matters. You feel the determination, the setbacks, and the triumphs. This connection awakens your own desire to keep going when things get tough. It makes success feel real and attainable. Content that inspires success isn't limited to books either. It includes podcasts, interviews, articles, and even videos from people who speak honestly about their path. The key is to find voices that resonate with you, people who are practical, relatable, and encouraging. When you hear real stories of people facing problems similar to yours and rising above them, it lights a fire inside you. It reminds you that you are not alone and that success is not reserved for a special few. It's for those who prepare their minds and hearts to receive it. Consuming this kind of content becomes a daily habit that strengthens your resolve and sharpens your focus. An important point to remember is that not all content is created equal. It's easy to fall into the trap of information overload or follow flashy advice that promises quick fixes but lacks depth. The kind of content that truly inspires success has depth, practical value, and honest insight. It challenges you to think differently and encourages action. It doesn't sugarcoat the process, but shows the reality of what it takes. When you choose this type of content, your mindset shifts from hoping for success to working for it with clear direction and purpose. Your confidence grows because you understand what success demands. When you consistently consume success-oriented content, your language changes too. The words you use when thinking about your life become more positive and empowering. You start to talk about your goals as if they are already within reach. You notice yourself thinking about problems as challenges to solve, not barriers that stop you. This change in language is not accidental. It's a result of feeding your mind with the right ideas. The more you do this, the more automatic it becomes to believe in your potential and your power to change your circumstances. Success doesn't come from wishful thinking. It comes from developing a mindset built on knowledge and reinforced by inspiration. When your daily diet includes books and content that teach you how to grow, how to persist, and how to lead yourself, you become a magnet for opportunity. People around you will notice your confidence and clarity, and doors begin to open naturally. You will find yourself thinking creatively, solving problems, and taking steps that align with your goals because your mind is prepared for success. It's natural to feel overwhelmed when you first decide to change what you consume. There's so much content available, and it can be confusing to know where to start. The best way to begin is simple. Pick one book that speaks to you, one podcast episode that excites you, or one article that challenges your thinking. Make a commitment to spend even 15 to 30 minutes every day focused on this kind of content. This small step quickly builds momentum. Over time, you'll notice your perspective widening, your motivation increasing, and your ability to handle setbacks improving. Success is a journey of continuous learning. Those who stop learning stop growing. Consuming inspiring content is like fueling a fire that keeps your dreams alive. It's not just about knowing facts, it's about transforming your mindset and habits to align with the life you want. When you read and listen with purpose, you become more patient, more persistent, and more prepared for the challenges ahead. You develop resilience and creativity because you're seeing solutions and possibilities instead of just problems. Your environment plays a crucial role too. When you surround yourself with positive, success-driven content, you start to see life through a different lens. This perspective shapes your actions and attracts like-minded people who can support and motivate you. The cycle of growth accelerates because you're no longer isolated in your struggles or doubts. Instead, you become part of a community of learners and achievers. That sense of connection is powerful. It reminds you that success is a shared experience, not a lonely pursuit. Reading and consuming content that inspires success is one of the most accessible and effective habits anyone can develop. It costs little, requires no special skills at first, and can fit into any schedule. The key is consistency and commitment. It's about choosing to invest in yourself every single day. You are the one who decides what ideas shape your mind and what stories influence your heart. Every moment spent learning is a moment spent building the future you want. You won't always feel motivated, and that's okay. Sometimes life will distract you, or challenges will drain your energy. But having a strong foundation of inspiring content helps you get back up. It reminds you why you started and what's possible if you keep going. This foundation becomes your anchor in tough times and your springboard for growth in good times. Success is not about perfection, but about persistence fueled by knowledge and inspiration. Every page you turn, every inspiring video you watch, every motivational message you hear adds to your capacity to succeed. It shapes the way you think, act, and feel about your potential. It builds confidence and courage. It creates a mindset that refuses to settle for less than what you deserve. This is how you attract success, by filling your mind with what success looks like and then living in alignment with that vision. Your journey to success starts with the content you choose to consume every day. Technology has changed the way we network, making it easier to connect but also more superficial at times. Social media platforms and professional networks provide vast opportunities, but real value comes from deeper engagement. Sending a quick message or liking a post isn't enough. It's important to follow up with meaningful conversations, whether by phone, video call, or face-to-face meetings. Developing trust and rapport requires time and effort. The ability to communicate clearly, show empathy, and be dependable makes people confident in working with you. Those qualities make you memorable and reliable, increasing your chances of being recommended or introduced to new opportunities. Networking regularly also means being open to learning from others. Every person you meet brings a unique perspective and experience that can teach you something new. Approaching relationships with curiosity rather than judgment helps you grow personally and professionally. When you seek to understand different viewpoints and challenges, you expand your problem-solving skills and creativity. People enjoy sharing their knowledge when they see genuine interest. This exchange of ideas creates a dynamic environment where innovation and opportunity thrive. Surrounding yourself with diverse thinkers enriches your mindset and keeps you adaptable in a constantly changing world. Creating valuable opportunities through networking is a two-way street. You don't just wait for others to help you, you become someone who helps others move forward. This creates a reputation of generosity and reliability. When you consistently support others in achieving their goals, people remember you as a positive force. This reputation attracts more people who want to work with you, creating a network that multiplies your potential. You'll find doors opening that you didn't even knock on because your presence in the community became so influential. Success builds on these relationships, and the network becomes a powerful engine driving your growth. Many overlook how networking impacts confidence and mindset. When you connect regularly with motivated, like-minded individuals, their energy lifts you up. You start to see success as normal and achievable because you're surrounded by people living it. Their stories, struggles, and wins inspire you to push harder and stay focused. Networking becomes a source of encouragement and accountability. When you share your goals with others, you create external motivation that helps you overcome moments of doubt. The shared journey makes challenges feel less daunting, and the collective wisdom helps you navigate obstacles with more clarity. Networking also expands your access to resources that you might not find on your own. Whether it's a new client, a mentor, a collaborator, or advice that changes your perspective, these connections provide tangible benefits. When you attend events or participate in groups regularly, you increase the chances of encountering these resources. The network becomes a treasure trove of opportunities, knowledge, and support. This accumulation of resources speeds up your progress and reduces the trial and error period most people experience. Instead of struggling alone, you leverage the power of your connections to reach success more efficiently. One challenge people face is balancing networking with their existing commitments. It can feel like another task in an already busy life. The solution is to integrate networking into your routine naturally. It doesn't require hours every day, but a consistent, purposeful effort. This might look like attending one event a month, scheduling coffee meetings, or engaging in online groups related to your field. Small, regular actions build strong networks over time. The key is to make networking an ongoing priority rather than a last-minute activity. When it becomes part of your lifestyle, the benefits compound and bring lasting impact. Ultimately, networking is about people. Real humans with stories, challenges, and dreams. When you approach connections with respect, authenticity, and generosity, you attract the same in return. This creates a supportive environment where success is not just a personal goal, but a shared experience. The opportunities you seek often come through the relationships you build, not just your individual effort. The more you invest in these relationships, the more you position yourself to receive opportunities that can change your life. Networking is a powerful tool to attract success because it opens doors that no amount of talent or hard work can open alone. Number 13. Maintain your physical health to boost energy levels. There's a simple yet powerful fact most people ignore on their road to success. Without good physical health, everything else becomes harder. The daily grind, the long hours, the mental focus required, all of it demands a body that can keep up. Many get caught up thinking that success is just about the mind, strategies, plans, and knowledge, but the truth is that the body and mind work as one. When your physical health falters, your energy drops, your focus slips, and your motivation fades. This is why maintaining your physical health is not a side note, it's a core foundation for attracting success in any area of life. One of the most common struggles people face is feeling exhausted before the day even truly begins. Dragging yourself out of bed, caffeine as your only fuel, and energy that vanishes by midday, it's a cycle that kills productivity and creativity. When your body is tired, your mind can't perform at its best. Tasks seem bigger, decisions become tougher, and distractions grow louder. The reality is that every success story is backed by someone who respects their physical health. They recognize that energy is currency. When you have energy, you have the capacity to work smarter, persevere longer, and think clearer. The starting point to maintaining physical health is understanding the basics that many overlook: good sleep, nutritious food, and regular movement. Sleep isn't just downtime, it's the body's way of restoring itself. Skipping sleep or getting poor quality rest damages your brain's ability to solve problems, manage stress, and stay alert. People often pride themselves on burning the midnight oil, but sacrificing sleep actually reduces output. The brain's performance can decline drastically after just one night of insufficient rest. If your goal is success, then protecting your sleep schedule is non-negotiable. A rested body creates a sharp mind. Nutrition plays an equally important role. The food you consume is the fuel that powers every moment of your day. Processed meals and excessive sugar might give quick bursts of energy, but they also lead to crashes that leave you feeling sluggish. The body requires balanced nutrients, proteins, healthy fats, complex carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals to sustain long-term energy levels. When your meals are inconsistent or filled with junk, you starve your brain and muscles of what they need. Choosing real whole foods is a simple yet effective way to keep energy steady and mental clarity high. Hydration is often ignored but equally vital. Even mild dehydration reduces concentration and physical stamina. Physical activity might seem like a time-consuming luxury when your schedule is packed, but it's actually one of the most efficient ways to maintain energy and focus. Movement stimulates blood flow, increases oxygen to the brain, and releases hormones that boost mood and reduce stress. Whether it's a walk, stretching, yoga, or more intense exercise, regular activity breaks the cycle of fatigue. It recharges the body and mind. The challenge is to find a routine that fits your lifestyle so it becomes natural rather than a burden. The benefits don't come from occasional workouts but consistent commitment. Over time, this consistency builds stamina that keeps you sharp and alert throughout the day. Many people underestimate the emotional impact of poor physical health. When the body is drained, the mood often follows. Fatigue leads to irritability, frustration, and a negative outlook, all of which hinder the ability to seize opportunities or handle challenges. Maintaining physical health improves not just energy, but also emotional resilience. When you feel strong and capable in your body, confidence grows and stress becomes easier to manage. This emotional balance is critical because success isn't just about what you do, but how you handle the pressures along the way. The way you treat your body reflects in your mindset and ultimately in your actions. Maintaining physical health also means listening to your body's signals. Ignoring pain, pushing through exhaustion, or neglecting regular checkups can lead to bigger problems. Successful people know that prevention is better than cure. They don't wait until a health crisis stops them. They take proactive steps to stay well. This can include simple habits like stretching in the morning, managing posture during work, or scheduling medical appointments. Respecting your body's limits is not weakness, it's smart management. Long-term success requires a sustainable approach where the body supports the journey rather than becoming a barrier. Another critical aspect is managing stress through physical health habits. Chronic stress drains energy reserves and impairs physical function. Exercise, deep breathing, and mindful movement help regulate the nervous system and restore calm. When stress is kept in check, the body operates more efficiently and the mind stays focused. People who neglect stress management often feel exhausted regardless of how much they sleep or eat. Combining physical health maintenance with stress reduction techniques creates a powerful synergy that fuels success. The goal is to create an environment inside your body that supports high performance rather than drains it. Physical health also boosts creativity and problem-solving skills. A healthy body contributes to a sharp mind that can think clearly under pressure. When the body is well cared for, ideas flow more freely and decision-making improves. This advantage is crucial when navigating complex challenges or identifying new opportunities. People often overlook how much their physical state influences mental agility. By prioritizing health, you build a platform that enhances your capacity to innovate and adapt. This is why top performers, whether athletes, entrepreneurs, or leaders, all prioritize their physical well-being. One of the biggest barriers to maintaining physical health is the feeling that it requires drastic lifestyle changes. The truth is that even small, consistent improvements make a big difference over time. Simple actions like drinking more water, walking a few extra minutes, choosing healthier snacks, or improving sleep routines gradually build energy reserves. The key is progress, not perfection. Sustainable habits formed over weeks and months create a solid foundation that supports your success journey. The commitment to these small actions adds up, turning a chaotic, tiring routine into one energized by health and vitality. Ultimately, the physical body is your vehicle for success. You can have all the plans, skills, and determination in the world, but if the body cannot keep up, the journey becomes slow and painful. By taking responsibility for your physical health, you empower yourself to perform at your best every day. The clarity, strength, and endurance that come from a healthy body amplify everything you do. Energy becomes a resource you can rely on instead of a scarce commodity. This puts you in a position to seize opportunities, overcome obstacles, and push through challenges with resilience and focus. Maintaining physical health isn't just good advice, it's an essential strategy for attracting success in life. It's worth noting that risk-taking isn't just about business or finances. It applies to all areas of life where you want to grow: relationships, personal development, health, and new experiences. Saying yes to new challenges, being vulnerable in conversations, or learning something unfamiliar are all forms of risk. When you commit to expanding your comfort zone in multiple areas, your entire life shifts toward growth and opportunity. Success then becomes a natural outcome of your willingness to embrace change and uncertainty. Fear is a natural part of taking risks, but it doesn't have to control your actions. Recognizing fear as a signal rather than a stop sign can transform your mindset. Fear tells you something important is happening, an opportunity for growth. Instead of avoiding fear, you can use it as motivation to prepare, learn, and act wisely. This approach gives you a sense of control, even in uncertain situations. Successful people don't live without fear, they live with it and choose to move forward anyway. Surrounding yourself with supportive people also helps when taking risks. Having mentors, friends, or colleagues who encourage you, provide feedback, and share their own experiences can make the process less daunting. These connections give you confidence and perspective, reducing the feeling that you're alone in facing the unknown. When others have taken risks and succeeded, their stories can inspire you to keep going and remind you that setbacks are part of the journey. Taking calculated risks is the engine that drives progress. Without risk, there's no challenge, no growth, and no breakthrough. Comfort zones feel safe, but they trap potential and keep you stuck. When you expand your boundaries with thoughtful, courageous steps, you increase your chances of attracting success in ways you never imagined. Each risk taken is a step toward the life you want, a life filled with possibility and achievement. It's not about ignoring danger, but about understanding it, managing it, and moving forward anyway. This mindset creates momentum and builds a life where success isn't a distant dream, but a daily reality. Number 15. Reflect weekly on your progress and adjust plans. Life rarely moves forward in a straight line. Most people who are chasing success face moments of doubt, distraction, and even frustration. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the sheer amount of work, the noise of everyday responsibilities, and the unpredictable challenges that come up. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to reach their goals is because they don't stop to look back and check if their efforts are really moving them in the right direction. When you don't reflect regularly, you risk wasting time and energy on things that don't serve your purpose. Reflection is the compass that keeps you on course when the path is not clear. Reflection is more than just thinking about what you did last week. It's a deliberate process where you review your actions, your results, and your mindset. It's about asking hard questions. What worked? What didn't? What could I have done differently? How close am I to my goals? Without this honest evaluation, it's impossible to know if you're progressing or just spinning your wheels. This kind of weekly review gives you clarity, insight, and control over your journey toward success. It turns confusion into focus. Many people avoid reflection because it can feel uncomfortable. It forces you to confront your mistakes and face the reality of where you are, not where you wish you were. But growth never happens without discomfort. The process of reflection builds discipline and self-awareness. It teaches you to be honest with yourself, which is crucial for making real improvements. When you practice reflection weekly, you start to catch small problems before they become big ones. You identify habits that waste your time and energy. You notice patterns that either help or hurt your progress. Reflection also helps you adjust your plans. No plan is perfect from the start. Life changes, opportunities arise, and unexpected obstacles appear. Sticking rigidly to a plan without review is like trying to drive a car with your eyes closed. Reflection allows you to pivot, to make corrections, and to stay flexible. When you see that something isn't working, you can decide to change your approach instead of stubbornly continuing down a path that leads nowhere. This adaptability is a key factor in attracting success, because it means you respond to reality, not just to your initial ideas. When setting aside time for weekly reflection, it's important to create a structured approach. This might mean writing down your wins, challenges, and lessons learned. Journaling gives your thoughts a place to live and allows you to see your progress over time. It's also helpful to evaluate your emotions during the week. How did you feel? Were there moments of excitement, frustration, or fear? Understanding your emotional state is vital because emotions drive actions. If you feel stuck or demotivated, reflecting on why helps you find ways to reignite your passion. Another important aspect is measuring your progress with specific metrics. If your goal is to improve your health, you might track how many workouts you completed or how well you slept. If it's business-related, numbers like sales or client meetings can give you a clear picture. Numbers don't lie. They provide concrete feedback that you can't argue with. Combining this with your subjective feelings creates a balanced view of your progress. This blend of objective and subjective reflection builds a realistic understanding of where you stand. Reflection should never become a time for self-criticism or harsh judgment. The purpose is not to punish yourself, but to learn and grow. A positive, solution-focused mindset during reflection keeps you motivated and engaged. Instead of dwelling on failures, focus on what you can improve and what you're doing right. Celebrate the steps forward, no matter how small, because success is built on consistent effort. When you acknowledge your growth regularly, your confidence strengthens and motivation builds naturally. It's also valuable to use your reflection time to plan your next steps. What actions will you take in the coming week based on what you've learned? Setting clear, achievable goals for the next week keeps your momentum going. It's a cycle. Reflect, learn, adjust, and act. Each week becomes a new opportunity to improve and get closer to your ultimate vision. This habit of continuous improvement is what separates those who succeed from those who stall. It creates a forward-moving rhythm in your life. Reflection is especially powerful when combined with accountability. Sharing your weekly insights with a mentor, coach, or trusted friend creates external pressure to follow through and honesty in your evaluation. Accountability partners can offer new perspectives, encouragement, and support that you might miss on your own. When you know someone else is watching your progress, it increases your commitment and helps you stay focused even when motivation fades. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to rush through your days without pausing, but success demands more than busy work. It requires intentional effort. Weekly reflection forces you to slow down and look at the big picture. It connects your daily actions to your long-term goals. This connection fuels persistence because you see the impact of your work beyond the immediate moment. Reflection bridges the gap between effort and outcome, helping you understand the true value of what you do. Moreover, reflection nurtures gratitude. Taking time to recognize what went well in your week, whether it's progress made, help received, or lessons learned, cultivates a mindset of appreciation. Gratitude is a powerful motivator because it shifts your focus away from scarcity and frustration to abundance and possibility. When you feel grateful, you naturally attract more positive experiences and people into your life. This is an important element of attracting success that many overlook. Reflecting weekly is also a practice of self-care. It shows that you value yourself enough to check in regularly, to listen to your inner voice, and to adjust your life accordingly. This habit encourages balance, preventing burnout and overwhelm. It keeps your goals aligned with your values and your happiness. Success without balance is hollow. Reflection helps ensure that your pursuit of achievement doesn't come at the cost of your well-being. In conclusion, weekly reflection is a powerful tool that transforms your journey to success from guesswork into a guided, purposeful experience. It provides clarity, builds self-awareness, and drives progress. It keeps you flexible and focused while strengthening your resilience and gratitude. When this practice becomes a regular part of your life, you create a foundation that attracts success naturally because you are constantly learning, adapting, and moving forward with intention. Number 16. Focus on solutions instead of dwelling on problems. Every single person faces challenges and setbacks. It's part of life, and it's something no one can avoid. What separates those who attract success from those who don't isn't the absence of problems, but how they handle them. The truth is, most people get stuck because they spend too much time fixating on what's wrong instead of turning their energy toward fixing it. This constant focus on problems creates a trap, a mental prison that makes you feel overwhelmed, frustrated, and powerless. When your mind is caught in that loop, success feels further and further away. The key is to shift your attention and cultivate a mindset that immediately looks for solutions. It's natural to notice problems first. When something goes wrong, your brain is wired to react to the threat, to analyze the pain or discomfort, and sometimes to ruminate on it. But dwelling on what's broken doesn't move you forward. It drains your energy, wastes your time, and steals your peace of mind. Instead of solving anything, focusing on problems often magnifies them, making them seem bigger and more impossible than they actually are. This negativity can infect every part of your life, keeping you stuck and preventing progress. Shifting to a solution-focused mindset requires intention and practice. It starts with recognizing when your thoughts are spinning in circles around the problem. Once you notice that, the next step is to consciously ask, what can I do right now to make this better? This simple question changes the direction of your thinking. It invites action and creativity instead of passivity. Solutions might not come instantly, but the moment you begin looking for them, you stop being a victim of circumstances and start being an active problem solver. That switch is powerful because it restores control and hope. Focusing on solutions means breaking down big challenges into smaller, manageable steps. When a problem feels too overwhelming, it's easy to freeze or procrastinate. But when you look for solutions, you're forced to think clearly about what can realistically be done next. Maybe the answer is making a phone call, doing research, asking for advice, or adjusting your approach. Whatever it is, identifying one small action creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence fuels further progress. That's how you take control of your journey, no matter the obstacles. This mindset also encourages flexibility. Problems often require new ways of thinking and adapting to change. If you stay stuck in the problem, you become rigid and resistant. But solution-focused people are willing to experiment and try different strategies. They learn from failure instead of fearing it. They understand that each setback is an opportunity to gather information and improve their approach. This openness makes success more accessible because it removes the fear of being wrong and replaces it with curiosity and determination. Emotions play a huge role in how you deal with problems. When you focus on the issue itself, it's easy to get overwhelmed by negative feelings like fear, anger, or discouragement. These emotions can cloud your judgment and paralyze your decision-making. But when you shift to solutions, you activate a different part of your brain, one that's linked to hope, optimism, and creativity. This emotional shift is important because your feelings influence your actions. When you feel hopeful and capable, you're more likely to take effective steps towards solving the problem. It's also critical to avoid blaming yourself or others when problems arise. Blame keeps you stuck in a cycle of negativity and resentment. It wastes mental energy that could be used more productively. Solution-focused thinking moves you away from blame and toward responsibility. Taking responsibility means recognizing what you can control and what you can influence. It means accepting the situation as it is and choosing to focus on what you can do next. This mindset fosters empowerment, and empowerment is the foundation of success. Sometimes, focusing on solutions means seeking help. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength and wisdom. No one has all the answers, and there is incredible value in reaching out to others who have faced similar challenges. Whether it's a mentor, a colleague, or a friend, asking for guidance can open new doors and reveal ideas you wouldn't have thought of on your own. Being solution-focused means knowing when to ask for help and being willing to listen and learn from others. The environment you create around yourself also impacts your ability to focus on solutions. Surround yourself with people who encourage positive thinking and problem-solving, not those who dwell on difficulties. The right support network can inspire and motivate you to stay on track. It can also offer fresh perspectives that make solutions clearer. When you're surrounded by solution-minded people, you absorb that energy and mindset, which helps you become more resilient and proactive. Another essential part of this approach is practicing patience. Not every solution will work perfectly the first time, and some problems take longer to fix than you want. However, the act of focusing on solutions keeps you moving forward, even if progress is slow. Over time, small improvements accumulate and lead to significant breakthroughs. Being solution-focused teaches you to trust the process and to keep showing up, even when immediate results aren't visible. This steady commitment is what transforms dreams into reality. This mindset shift also affects how you communicate about problems. When you talk about challenges, focus on what you plan to do or are doing to solve them. This changes the way others see you and how they respond. People are naturally drawn to those who take responsibility and act with purpose. This builds credibility and attracts opportunities. Conversely, constant complaining or negative talk repels support and limits your influence. Your words shape your reality, so choosing to speak with a solution-focused attitude enhances your path to success. It's important to cultivate this skill daily. Every time a problem comes up, remind yourself to pause, breathe, and ask, what is the next best step I can take? This habit rewires your brain over time. What used to be automatic worry and frustration becomes proactive problem-solving. Eventually, you start to see problems as challenges to overcome, rather than threats to your success. This transformation in perspective is crucial because success is not about avoiding problems, it's about how you respond to them. In summary, focusing on solutions instead of dwelling on problems is a game changer. It moves you from a place of helplessness to one of power. It turns obstacles into stepping stones. It fuels resilience, creativity, and progress. This approach frees your mind from negativity and fills it with hope and action. By training yourself to focus on what can be done, you open the door to success in every area of your life. The power to change your story is in how you choose to respond to problems, and choosing solutions is the way forward. Number 17. Celebrate small wins to build motivation and momentum. It's easy to feel like success is a distant goal, a mountain so high and so far away that every step forward seems insignificant. Many people get discouraged because they're fixated only on the big achievements, the promotions, the money, the recognition, and overlook the small victories that happen every day. But the truth is, success isn't a sudden explosion, it's a slow build, a series of small wins that gather strength and power over time. Ignoring those little wins is like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. You lose energy, lose motivation, and eventually give up. Celebrating small wins isn't about being satisfied with less. It's about acknowledging progress and using that recognition as fuel to keep going. The reality is most people don't celebrate small wins because they don't see them as worthy or important. Life moves fast, and if you're caught up in the rush, it's easy to miss the progress you're making. But every small success, no matter how minor it seems, deserves attention. It could be finishing a tough task, having a difficult conversation, learning something new, or simply sticking to a plan when temptation was strong. Each of these moments is proof that you are moving forward. Recognizing these steps shifts your mindset from frustration to appreciation. This mindset change is crucial because it increases your confidence and strengthens your resolve. When you celebrate small wins, you create positive feedback loops in your brain. This isn't just feel-good nonsense, it's backed by psychology. Your brain releases dopamine, the chemical associated with pleasure and motivation, whenever you recognize achievement. This dopamine rush makes you want to repeat the behavior that created the win. By acknowledging small victories, you're literally rewiring your brain to seek success. The motivation becomes self-sustaining. It's no longer about waiting for big external rewards, but about appreciating the journey and the effort you're investing right now. The act of celebration doesn't need to be extravagant. It doesn't require a party or applause from others. Simple, personal recognition works wonders. It might be pausing for a moment to say, "I did well today," or jotting down your accomplishment in a journal. Some people like to share their small wins with close friends or family for encouragement. Whatever form it takes, this acknowledgement confirms that your efforts are noticed and valued, first by yourself. This internal validation is the cornerstone of lasting motivation because it reduces reliance on external approval, which can be unpredictable and inconsistent. Another benefit of celebrating small wins is that it helps you build momentum. When you acknowledge progress, it propels you to tackle the next step. It turns effort into habit and habit into results. Success becomes a series of manageable challenges rather than an overwhelming task. Each small win acts as a building block, reinforcing your ability to achieve the bigger goals. This momentum creates a sense of inevitability. Success stops being a possibility and starts becoming a reality in your mind. That shift in perspective transforms how you show up every day. People often underestimate how powerful momentum is. When you're in motion, you're more focused, more energized, and more confident. It becomes easier to resist distractions and overcome obstacles because the sense of progress carries you forward. When you don't celebrate, it's easy to feel like you're stuck in the same place, which breeds frustration and doubt. But with every small win, the feeling of progress grows stronger, making it easier to keep pushing forward even when things get tough. Small wins also help reduce the fear of failure. When success feels far away and vague, it's easy to become paralyzed by the fear of not making it. But when you focus on small wins, success becomes concrete and attainable. You see real evidence that your efforts are working, and that reduces anxiety. The fear that once held you back loses power because your mind is occupied with progress, not with what could go wrong. This shift opens up new possibilities and encourages risk-taking, which is necessary for growth. Consistency is easier to maintain when you celebrate small wins. Success is rarely about massive one-time achievements. It's about showing up day after day and putting in the work. Celebrating small wins reinforces your commitment to this consistent action. It reminds you that even on the days when the results aren't dramatic, you're still winning. This perspective prevents burnout by injecting positivity into your routine. It keeps you engaged and makes the hard work feel worthwhile. There's also a social element to celebrating small wins. Sharing your progress with others creates a support system. When you verbalize your wins, you invite encouragement and accountability. This support strengthens your motivation because you know you're not alone in your journey. Other people's recognition also boosts your confidence and reminds you of the value you bring. Building a network that celebrates success, no matter how small, fosters a culture of growth and positivity. Celebrating small wins doesn't mean ignoring bigger goals or settling for less. It's a strategic approach to managing your energy and mindset. It breaks down overwhelming ambitions into manageable parts and helps you stay on track over time. Without this practice, the weight of big goals can feel crushing, causing discouragement and eventual quitting. But with small wins celebrated regularly, the path becomes clearer and more enjoyable. Finally, cultivating the habit of recognizing small wins teaches gratitude. When you see progress and celebrate it, you naturally become more grateful for your efforts and the opportunities you have. Gratitude has a powerful effect on mental health and outlook. It shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. This abundance mindset is essential for attracting more success because it opens your mind to possibilities and reduces stress. Success isn't a single moment of glory. It's a process fueled by countless small victories. Every time you pause to celebrate, you're strengthening your motivation, building unstoppable momentum, and reinforcing a positive mindset. This daily practice turns challenges into opportunities and effort into achievement. The real secret to lasting success lies in the power of those small wins and the commitment to honor them along the way. The ability to communicate your emotions clearly and constructively is also part of emotional intelligence. Many misunderstandings and conflicts arise from unspoken feelings or poorly expressed emotions. Learning to articulate your thoughts and feelings with honesty and respect builds trust and prevents unnecessary stress. This skill is crucial in leadership roles, teamwork, and personal relationships. When you express yourself effectively, you reduce internal tension and create space for cooperation and problem solving. Emotional intelligence also encourages you to accept that stress and discomfort are natural parts of growth. Many people try to avoid these feelings, which only prolongs struggle. Instead, recognizing that challenges test your emotional strength prepares you mentally to face them without fear. This perspective reduces resistance and increases your ability to handle adversity with grace. When stress doesn't overwhelm you, it becomes a signal to adjust your approach rather than a reason to give up. Creating an environment that supports emotional intelligence is equally important. Surrounding yourself with people who model healthy emotional habits, encourage openness, and provide support makes it easier to develop your own skills. Toxic environments that dismiss feelings or promote unhealthy coping mechanisms drain your emotional energy and slow progress. Being intentional about your social and professional circles helps you maintain emotional balance and reinforces positive patterns. Emotional intelligence isn't a trait people either have or don't have. It's a skill that anyone can build, no matter where they start. The process demands patience and commitment, but the payoff is huge. You gain greater control over your emotional world, which directly impacts your ability to make decisions, maintain focus, and build strong relationships. This foundation creates a stable platform from which success naturally flows. Finally, mastering emotional intelligence helps you maintain perspective during difficult times. When life throws challenges your way, it's easy to lose sight of your goals and feel defeated. But when you're emotionally intelligent, you can hold your vision steady while managing your feelings. This balance keeps you motivated and aligned with your purpose, even in the face of uncertainty. Emotional intelligence doesn't make stress disappear, but it changes how stress influences your path, turning potential roadblocks into stepping stones. This journey to develop emotional intelligence starts with small steps, paying attention to your emotions, practicing self-regulation, reflecting on your experiences, and improving your communication. Every effort you make builds strength that supports you through the ups and downs of life. The ability to handle stress with emotional intelligence isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. When you master this skill, you unlock a powerful advantage in attracting the success you desire and deserve. Number 19. Stay adaptable and open to learning new ideas. There's a truth most people face sooner or later. Life doesn't go as planned. No matter how much preparation you put in, unexpected changes, challenges, and shifts show up and test your ability to keep moving forward. One of the hardest things to accept is that the path you envisioned might not be the path you end up on. This is where adaptability becomes not just useful but essential. Staying adaptable means being willing to change your approach, rethink your beliefs, and embrace new ideas, even when it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. It's a quality that separates those who succeed over the long term from those who give up when things get tough. Too often, people get stuck in routines or mindsets that limit their growth. They cling to familiar ways of thinking because it feels safe and predictable. But safety rarely leads to greatness. When you hold tightly to what you already know, you shut the door on opportunities waiting just outside your comfort zone. Being adaptable doesn't mean abandoning your goals or values. It means being flexible about how you achieve them. It means recognizing that your current approach might need adjustments to fit new circumstances or knowledge. This flexibility is a powerful way to keep momentum alive when obstacles appear. Being open to learning new ideas fuels this adaptability. It's not just about acquiring information, but about changing how you see the world and yourself. When you approach life with a mindset that there's always something new to learn, you position yourself to grow continuously. This attitude helps you avoid stagnation. In reality, knowledge and trends evolve rapidly, and clinging to outdated beliefs can hold you back. Whether it's new technology, different strategies, or fresh perspectives, embracing new ideas keeps your mind sharp and your actions relevant. Resistance to change is natural. It's rooted in fear of failure, of looking foolish, or of losing control. But the biggest risk is often the refusal to adapt. When you resist change, you close yourself off to innovation and growth. Those who succeed understand that mistakes and failure are part of the learning process. They welcome challenges as chances to test new methods and ideas. This willingness to experiment leads to breakthroughs and unexpected success. Holding an open mind means you're ready to pivot when needed, not stuck defending a fixed position. Another important aspect of staying adaptable is humility. Accepting that you don't have all the answers opens the door to listen and learn from others. This humility makes collaboration richer and more effective. People with an open mind seek feedback and diverse viewpoints, knowing that they might uncover blind spots or better solutions. This continuous feedback loop accelerates progress. When you're adaptable, you're not threatened by new information. You welcome it because it expands your possibilities. Adaptability also means being comfortable with uncertainty. Life rarely hands you clear paths or guarantees. Sometimes you have to move forward with incomplete information, not knowing exactly how things will turn out. This can be scary, but adaptable people develop the skill of making decisions amid uncertainty. They focus on what they can control, the effort, their attitude, their preparation, and accept what they cannot predict. This balance between control and surrender is a key to maintaining resilience and focus in turbulent times. One practical way to cultivate adaptability is to expose yourself to new experiences regularly. This can be as simple as reading different kinds of books, meeting people with diverse backgrounds, or trying new activities outside your normal routine. Each new experience stretches your mind and challenges old assumptions. Over time, this creates mental flexibility that carries over into problem-solving and decision-making. The more you practice adapting in small ways, the easier it becomes when bigger changes demand it. Adaptability also requires patience. Changing course or learning new skills isn't always quick or easy. There will be moments of frustration and doubt. When you encounter setbacks, staying adaptable means not giving up, but adjusting your plan and trying again. It's about persistence with an open mind. This combination of resilience and flexibility builds confidence and reveals pathways that weren't visible before. Keeping up with new ideas also means you stay competitive. In today's fast-paced world, industries shift, technologies evolve, and customer needs change constantly. Businesses and individuals who resist these changes fall behind. Being adaptable ensures you stay relevant. It allows you to anticipate trends and prepare yourself to take advantage of new opportunities. You become proactive rather than reactive, steering your own course instead of being tossed by external forces. Embracing adaptability influences your relationships too. When you remain open to new perspectives, you communicate better and resolve conflicts more effectively. You understand that people grow and change, and you give them space to evolve. This flexibility creates stronger bonds based on mutual respect and understanding. It also prevents the frustration that comes from rigid expectations or stubbornness. Developing adaptability also reshapes your inner dialogue. Instead of seeing challenges as roadblocks, you begin to view them as invitations to learn and improve. This mindset transforms how you experience setbacks. You start asking, "What can this teach me?" or "How can I adjust to make this work?" This shift in thinking makes difficulties less intimidating and more manageable. It's a mindset that encourages action and creativity, fueling your ability to attract success. An adaptable person doesn't fear failure, but treats it as a stepping stone. Each attempt, whether it ends in success or not, provides valuable insights. This approach removes the stigma from mistakes and replaces it with a sense of progress. When you embrace learning in this way, you build momentum that keeps you moving forward, no matter how many times you have to pivot. Ultimately, staying adaptable and open to learning new ideas is about embracing growth as a lifelong process. Success isn't a fixed destination, but a journey that requires continuous evolution. When you commit to this mindset, you become ready for whatever life throws your way. You develop the courage to innovate, the humility to listen, and the flexibility to adjust course. This adaptability allows you to seize opportunities, overcome obstacles, and keep climbing higher. When pressure mounts and the unexpected happens, adaptable people stand strong because they know change is not the enemy, but the natural rhythm of life. They navigate uncertainty with curiosity and confidence, not fear and resistance. This attitude builds resilience and opens doors to success that a rigid mindset would close. Becoming adaptable is one of the most practical and powerful ways to take control of your future and keep progressing even when circumstances shift beneath your feet. The choice to stay adaptable starts with deciding to be open to new ways of thinking and acting every day. It requires effort to challenge your comfort zone and to welcome different perspectives. But the payoff is enormous, a life where change doesn't derail your dreams but propels you closer to them. By practicing adaptability, you set yourself up to attract success, not by luck, but by your ability to learn, adjust, and grow with every step you take. Number 20. Invest time in self-care to maintain balance. Most people are silently burning out. They wake up each morning already feeling exhausted, mentally drained, emotionally flatlined. They run from task to task, meeting to meeting, obligation to obligation, chasing deadlines and demands with no pause for breath. Somewhere along the way, their own well-being becomes the sacrifice they offer to keep up with everything and everyone. They think they don't have time for rest, don't deserve to slow down, or can't afford to step away from their grind. But here's the harsh truth. Neglecting self-care isn't strength, it's slow destruction. Without balance, you're not progressing, you're unraveling. People often confuse self-care with indulgence or luxury. They imagine expensive spa days, tropical vacations, or self-help fads. But real self-care is none of that. It's the consistent, intentional effort to take care of your mind, body, and emotional state so that you can function at your best. It's not a reward you earn after burnout. It's the maintenance routine that prevents you from crashing in the first place. Self-care is what grounds you in the middle of chaos. It keeps you stable when life feels unstable, and most importantly, it's not optional, it's necessary. You cannot pour from an empty cup. No matter how motivated or passionate you are, if you don't protect your energy, it will run out. People underestimate the toll that constant pressure, noise, and stress take on the body and mind. Chronic fatigue creeps in slowly, sleep becomes shallow, anxiety becomes a norm, focus fades, you stop being fully present with others, you stop enjoying what once gave you joy. You don't collapse overnight, you erode over time. That's why self-care isn't just a nice idea, it's survival. It's about maintaining your edge without losing yourself in the process. Investing in self-care means making conscious choices that protect your peace. It's not just about relaxing, but about establishing systems and routines that restore your physical and emotional strength. That could mean setting boundaries that protect your time, getting consistent and quality sleep, staying active in ways that feel energizing, eating in a way that fuels your body, or creating moments of stillness in your day. These aren't massive shifts, they're small but powerful acts of respect for yourself. Every time you choose to prioritize your health, you're reinforcing your ability to stay balanced under pressure. Balance is not about equal parts work and rest every day. It's about awareness, knowing when you're reaching your limits and adjusting accordingly. Some seasons of life will demand more from you, but even in those seasons, you need to check in with yourself regularly. Ask yourself how you're really doing. Are you rested? Are you mentally sharp? Are you emotionally regulated? Are you grounded? When you lose that inner connection, everything else begins to spiral. But when you pause and realign, you return to your responsibilities with clarity and strength. One of the most overlooked aspects of self-care is emotional hygiene. You process hundreds of thoughts, emotions, and reactions each day, and if you don't actively work through them, they pile up. You carry that emotional clutter into conversations, into your work, into your relationships. Eventually, it explodes or implodes. Whether it's through journaling, therapy, solitude, or reflection, you need an outlet that allows you to release and recalibrate. It's not weakness to feel, it's human. Self-care gives you the space to process instead of suppress. In a culture that glorifies hustle and glorifies exhaustion as a badge of honor, choosing self-care is an act of rebellion. It's a declaration that you won't sacrifice your long-term well-being for short-term performance. It's a statement that your peace matters, that your mind deserves clarity, that your body deserves rest, that your heart deserves gentleness. It's recognizing that you cannot give your best to the world if you are constantly depleted, and it's reclaiming your right to show up whole instead of half-broken. Self-care also improves your performance. When you are mentally clear, physically energized, and emotionally steady, you make better decisions, stay focused longer, and bounce back from setbacks quicker. You're not reacting from stress, but responding with purpose. You don't get derailed by minor frustrations because you're anchored internally. Self-care makes you more consistent, and consistency is what creates long-term success. High performance doesn't come from running on fumes, it comes from being fully fueled. It's important to remember that self-care is different for everyone. What recharges one person may not work for another. Some need silence and solitude, others find healing in movement or social connection. The point is to find what fills your cup and make it a regular part of your routine. It doesn't need to be long or complicated. It just needs to be intentional. Even 15 minutes a day of mindful attention to your needs can reset your energy and shift your mindset. Another critical piece of self-care is saying no. Saying no to overcommitting. Saying no to toxic environments. Saying no to relationships that drain you. Saying no to pressure that doesn't align with your priorities. Each no creates space for your yes to rest, to recover, to refocus. Boundaries are a form of self-care. They're how you protect your energy and values. They remind the world and yourself that you matter too. Life isn't meant to be an endless sprint. It's a series of seasons, each with its own pace and demands. Learning to recognize when you need to slow down is part of wisdom. It's not laziness, it's sustainability. Rest is not quitting, it's preparation. Just like a phone needs recharging, your body and mind do too. Pushing through without pause doesn't make you stronger, it makes you brittle. But building a lifestyle that honors both drive and recovery makes you resilient. One of the greatest signs of maturity is learning to care for yourself without guilt. So many people feel selfish when they take time for themselves. They're used to putting everyone else first, but burnout helps no one. When you're well, you give more, not less. Your presence becomes a gift instead of a weight. Your energy becomes contagious. Your peace becomes a stabilizer for others. By taking care of yourself, you're not withdrawing from the world, you're preparing to serve it better. Self-care doesn't fix everything. It won't eliminate stress or solve every problem, but it gives you the strength and clarity to face life's challenges without being consumed by them. It gives you a foundation to stand on when everything else feels shaky. It gives you the patience to stay steady when others panic, and it gives you the courage to keep going, not recklessly but wisely. So, if you've been running on empty, if you've been putting yourself last, if you've been telling yourself that you'll rest when it's all done, stop. That moment won't magically arrive. You have to choose it, right now, not next week, not after the next goal. Now, take a breath, reconnect with yourself, rebuild your energy, realign your priorities. The world can wait for a moment. You deserve to show up for your life, not just survive it. That begins with one bold decision to finally take care of you.